You can't help everybody. I'm on a roll tonight. um, I don't know, God, please use my mouth. Can't help everybody. So people just don't even want your help. And sometimes you're just not meant for everybody. As I say, know your target audience. And some people don't know that they're sick. Or some people think that their perspective is the right perspective, and they're not open to different perspectives. I should say that, because it's looking at it with the educational lens, I should say, instead of me just trying to generalize or just trying to put it like that. Some people's perspectives just don't agree, right? Different frequencies. Not the fact that they don't align on the same frequencies, like anything is higher or lower than the other. It's just two different paths, right? Story time. I think I've said this before. You know, I know everybody has pretty much experienced this. You can give advice, but you cannot like fix your shit. Or you can be blessings to everybody. But the blessings just don't, I won't say the blessings just don't. It's just that you just have a harder time, right? And sometimes a harder walk means for bigger blessings. Some journeys are harder than some. And I think we all come to that point that it's just one of those type of things. But rejection is rejection is protection. I will coincide this with what I said previously, because that kind of works hand in hand, right? If it's two perspectives and they don't align, it is kind of rejection. But you can do it maturely. You can agree to disagree. But what if rejection is, it can be two sides. I know I'm like all over the place with this, and I know it's just like, how is she making sense? I'm trying to formulate this properly because this is just literally on a whim. Some people know what's good for them, but they choose something else. It's like having ice cream every day for dinner, knowing that you're supposed to have fruits and vegetables. And I've dealt with this quite a bit in my life. Being a black woman, fully black, and I was always the girl that wasn't flashy or super extroverted. Like, I knew how to be extroverted when I needed to. Like, I know how to be very warm when push comes to shove. And that's like the most goofiest sides of me, right? And sometimes it just comes out. If I'm comfortable enough with you, or I try to give up that olive branch, it'd be like, hey, like, let's have a rapport. You know, the goofiness may come out. I'm more reserved and withdrawn naturally. It's my nature. But you don't always have to be the life of a party, right? You don't always have to be. And sometimes it's required. So being the girl that was always, I was never like big into makeup, never big into like having like a new hairstyle every week, every few days, things like that, right? And everybody kind of knows, I already kind of told my backstory. I'm not going to go deep into it as to why that was, right? The whole giving storyline and just putting myself last. It's a very strange space to be in, because many people take my story as, oh, that's so sad. But at the same time, it's just, yeah, but I'm still not gonna be there, you know? A lot of people may feel, it's almost like pity, but it's crazy because people will actually bring this up in arguments, right? Being the type of girl that's doesn't wear a lot of makeup, was very much into like anime and art and shit like that. I wasn't the popular girl, that's for sure. People will actually say, you want the girl that's a nerd. You want the girl that's da, 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 da. People will literally say it like it's almost like a mantra. Do we do this, right? Same thing goes for girls and guys. Don't go for the bad boy. Go for the good guy. But do we really? Do you see that as it being more fun? Is that type of personality, that archetype, is that more fun, right? And it's crazy because like when we list our criteria, it's just like, person has to have sense of humor, they have to be this height. I was watching like Matchmaker on Netflix, some shit like that, right? I was just like, this shit keeps popping up, I'm gonna watch it. And these people, like, preferences is like out of this world. They gotta be this height, they gotta be smart, they gotta be funny, they gotta be this, they gotta be that. And it's just like, the hell? It's just like, you looking for like a 1 in a trillion chance person. And it has to be some form of compromise. And some people are not willing to compromise, and they end up being like, I'm 43 and I have to, it's starting to become time. It's like, honey, it's been time. Like, put down on preferences, right? Or compromise on your preferences. Some things don't need to be. And their toes have to align perfectly for perfect symmetry. Like, it doesn't have to have these like crazy, ridiculous type things. But we do this. And I've seen it in my life. Where it's just like, it's like the song, you may not always get what you want, but you find sometimes to get what you need. You can give a person what they need, but it's not what they want. And they have to go through retrospect to see the things that they need. It's all growth. It's all a journey for growth. And that's the journey you're in. And oftentimes that's a good thing. If you get rejected, it's a good thing, because it saves you heartache. There's many times where I pushed the button on, so I'm like, no, I want to stick this out and see how far it goes, and been majorly hurt in the process, right? And it's like retrospect, both parties. It's just like, damn, the person was actually a good person. Damn, I really gave my all with that one, and I got shitty end of the stick. It's retrospect, right? Do I regret loving? No, I do not. I think it's something that I'm prideful for. Like, I love people. Like, I would love you. That's all it is. In whatever capacity that is, right? You could be a child. I'm gonna love you. I'm going to love you. You fall, I'm gonna say, "Are you okay? Do you need to?" Like, I will be the adult that picks up the child that fell, and it's not my kid, because it's what it is, right? I care about people. I care about people's well-being, but that's not necessarily what people want, right? There are people that are just like, "Don't touch my child." And you're just like, "I was just trying to help. I'm sorry." And some people are just like, "Oh my God, thank you." You never know, right? But you never know that person's journey. Somebody probably had a really bad experience and they don't want no one near their kid. And once you find out the story behind it, it's just like, "Oh, I get it. I'm sorry." And you leave things alone because but you just have to assume that there's a reason behind something, So some people are in a place where they are right now. They're in a perspective they are right now due to experiences, due to the influence of themselves, of their peers, of their family, of their circumstances, whatever it is. But I've seen it a few times in my life, and I've had exes where it was just like, yeah, she was boring though. Yeah, she was sick. And it's crazy because it's all about what we tolerate, what we are willing to sacrifice. I'll give you a scenario. Two people, right? Let's say dating world. Two young ladies. One is sick, and it's bad, but it can be cured. The other one is sick, and that shit can't be cured. And they both have consequences. Now, this guy has a choice, right? Now, the one that is sick, has good qualities and bad qualities. Both of them have good qualities and bad qualities. And one is really, really good for the person's growth, especially where they're trying to head, adulting type shit. The other one is really good in a lot of scenarios as well. But they both have their bad qualities. So you have to weigh in what is worth it and what's not. I've seen people take someone that will cheat on them, that will have a different baby father, and will say, "Oh, it's yours." Will have something that is, they'll give you something and you can't cure it. I've seen all types of stuff. And that person will actually choose the person that they can die from, all for the right of, well, this person will give me better status socially. And we have to kind of figure out, well, if that is part of your priority, then you made the right choice. If the things that they do bring to the table that are good qualities for you, then you made the right choice. If they are bad qualities, if their good qualities turn not to fit in what your needs are, in short term or long term, then you have to come to terms of, did you make the right decision? So you kind of have to get to that point, but projection is something else. I'll tell you this. two people can. It's wild. It really is. We hear all these stories and we think that it's like make believe. It cannot happen. It's something that's like in the movies, and it's not. It's real life. Say in a case, you have a person that has a really bad disease, and I don't know. Let's say something that can't be cured. Okay, let's say STD, like HIV or herpes, some shit like that. You can't cure, right? You can make that shit go into dormancy all you want, you still can't cure it. But they are absolutely perfect in societal requirements. Perfect fit. Character can be worked on. They're not so nice. They treat the help like shit. They have, everything is monetary. And that person actually will get chosen over someone that's like healthy. Relatively more healthy than that person. That person literally could be like, I'm gonna die next year. And it's just like, I'd rather choose the person who's gonna die next year and figure it out than the person that, like, a whole sea of people. And someone is like actually healthy. And the person's just like, no, I think I'm good. I really deal with the person that's gonna, it's gonna choke the things that I have in my life. And I've seen it. And then the regret happens once they actually catch what they have. Imagine you knowing a person has STD and you play with fire and you actually catch the STD. Now, it's not something like this. You actually catch it because you're bound to catch it. And it's not something that you can cure. What are you going to do? And some people mindfully know that it's just like, oh, the person has X, Y, and Z. I'm still going to play with fire. It happens. What is the reasoning behind it? I have no idea. And I can't tell you. You can have people that do, people that have made that choice. But it just makes you ponder, right? So, is it really the good guy wins in the end, or is it opposite? Is it the have and have-nots? I don't know. I have no idea. But we love to vouch for this archetype. Like, oh man, you gotta go with this. But that's not what we pick. That is not what we do. We actually go against that. And it's something where it's just like, you can bring a horse to water, but you can't make them drink it. And it's wild. It's so wild. That's like interracial dating. Now, being a black woman, and I've seen this a lot, which is really sad, because we live in a day and age that you can find love anywhere. Really, you can find love anywhere. You just have to know your intentions and what's in your heart, honestly. Some people date because they never felt accepted amongst their counterparts. Some people date outside because they dislike their own. They were rejected from their own. They don't like their own. Not in that type of way, right? You can be friends, but so sometimes it's lack of perspective. And I've seen reactions of people when they walk with their partner. And it's so much rejection. And you don't know their backstory. Like, they could have been like, we met in high school, we met in college, and we fell in love, and like, you know, we bonded, and da-da-da. It's a real connection. It would be like, you need to applaud that shit. This is real love. And unfortunately, it's all stories. So you will get the type that are, yeah, I don't like X, Y, and Z. Right? I don't date them. I don't like them. They this way, they that way, and I only date da 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 da. That is a therapy issue, because you have to deal why you hate the place where you are coming from. You have to ask yourself that question of what is your intention. And we do a hell of a lot of things for things that we feel are important. And it's wild. It's so wild to me. But sometimes that's what society normalizes, right? This is what you're supposed to be aiming for. And it's understandable. I get that. Peer pressure, these standards, it's like, you know, it's just like, this is the bar, and I have to hit that bar. Internally, whether it's intentional or subconsciously, we make choices that are going to be normalized within our peers. Okay, that's normal. I get that. Cool. If you do something against the grain and you keep doing that, they're going to be like, oh, you're oblong. Get away from me. I don't understand you. I can't relate to you. So what happens when you're trying to change a narrative? You know, and it's just like, I do see progression. We are being kinder to our counterparts. I see that all over the world, and all races. We're starting to love each other, and really, really understand each other. And it's a beautiful thing to see. But I've seen the beauty of it, and I've seen the not so nice parts of it. And I've been in the front line, or casualty, in a line of fire, of the wrong side of it. And it's wild. I still can't wrap my brain around it. I've had conversations with opposite sex, and it'd be like, oh my God, you're, you know, absolutely the best, you know. And this is like post-sick and pre-sick, right? Because I wasn't always sick. So it's just like, it's something deeper than sickness at this point. Something way deeper than sickness. And you have to ask yourself, what is the root cause of it? Because it's not the first time I've heard it. And I've seen other women that are good for you. I've seen men that are good for you. There was a young, when I was younger, I used to hang out with this friend. I used to go out after work, and we would hang out all the time. And there was this guy that was madly in love with her. I think he was an Italian guy, madly in love with my friend. My friend, she was a beautiful girl. And it was so sad seeing it, because this guy would like want to do anything for her. And it's wild, because it's just like, she was like blonde hair, blue eyed, and stuff like that. And she was just like, I don't really like him. He's too nice. I was just like, he's too nice. And being like two opposite sides of the playing field, I'm like, I'm black, so I can't relate to white people on every plane. We just can't. It's, you know, different experiences, different things we deal with. They, you know, black people have their problems that we face. White people have their problems that they have to face. So there are certain things that are going to be different. Can we relate on a human level? Of course. Pain is pain. Joy is joy. Love is love. Doesn't matter. But there's certain things like, you know, so when she was just like, oh, he's too nice. I looked at her like, honey, there's women that are begging for nice guys, and you have one at your feet. Take it. Take it. Trust me. And being as a black woman, it's just like, that's like for a long time, it was like the last desirable race of women to pick. It was just like, oh, black women, oh, they're so hard to handle, and they're so aggressive, and they're all these kind of negative things, right? And it's just like, you don't have to deal with that. And it's just like, she knew it though. That's the crazy part. She knew the advantage that she had. And she was just like, I'm really sweet, and I'm the girl next door. But she was wild as fuck. She was wild as fuck. But because of the secondhand nature, she took full advantage. Men were falling over her. And it was just like, girl, this guy loves you. Take him. Girl, I'm looking out for you. Take him. She didn't want him. And I felt so bad because it was just like, he was like he had a really good job. He was working in sanitation. I think he was getting like his own house. And we were like in our 20s. Okay? We were in our 20s. And I was just like, girl, take that. But it's crazy because like when you really look at perspectives, as a black woman, or as a black young lady growing up in poverty, like we didn't have it all. Like we did not have it all. Like our living situation wasn't always the best. And it was just like, you look at stability, it was just like, I just want to be stable. You have the advantage of looking for things like, are you funny? Like, are you like, can we do fun things? I'm just like, shit, can we pay the bills? Can we buy a house? Can we have a white picket fence and like our kids are gonna be okay? Those are the things that I'm looking for. And she's looking for like, can we go to trips on Maui and stuff like that? Like, can we like do spontaneous fun shit that costs like a shit ton of money? But she has that advantage and she could do it. Now, the choices that she had made in her life, I'm hoping, that she has found someone that's the love of her life, or she found love within herself. Fuck it. Shit. Not everything equates to relationship when it comes to happiness. I just hope she finds happiness. She finds her joy. And I hope that, because we all go through ebbs and flow in our lives, we're going to find things that are going to be bumps in the road for us. So, yeah. And she dealt with a lot. She really did. She had a few things going. I ain't going to tell her business. I ain't going to tell who she was and like that. Ain't none of your business. I don't do that. But at one point in time, happiness wasn't always a thing, for her. And I understood it because happiness wasn't a thing for me. But I hope she really finds joy. I really do. And I hope she finds, that good guy I'm rooting for her. Yes, have fun. Go on the Maui trips and do all that stuff. But I hope that man is like madly in love with you and madly like wants to do things for you. Because I think every person, it's just like, yes, stability like means something, but I would rather have somebody that truly cares for me and wants to protect me. Like that man protected her. There was shit that go down and he'd be like, have his hand over, like literally like protecting her. I was just like, wow, like you really, really, me and the guy had conversations about her. He's just like, yeah, I like her, and but I don't know if she likes it. I was just like, I'm gonna talk to her. I'm like, I'm gonna be matchmaker. You really like this chick. Like, when the guy is talking to the bestie, like, trying to see a window, and he likes her. So it was wild. And society-wise, she had it. She had the look. She had everything. So sometimes we don't want the nice person. Sometimes we want the person that's just like, oh my God, we got so shit-faced. I don't remember what happened yesterday. And it's just like, yeah, I lost 10 years of my life doing that shit. What are we going to do now? Sometimes it's like that. There's certain things that you're placed on this earth to do. And you have a time frame. And if you spend your years looking at doing the things that you want and not doing the things that you need, because obedience is better than sacrifice. I tell you this. And that's biblical. You doing the things that you want, trust and believe you're going to be sacrificing in the end. There's certain things you be like, damn, shoulda, coulda, woulda. I wish I did that. I shoulda did this. Shoulda had that in place. Da, 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 da. And I'm dealing with obedience and sacrifice now, even from before. Had I took care of my mental health before, I would have not wasted so long. So many years, literally so long, right? And is there regrets? No, because all this stuff added, everything is used for my good. So it's just like, I get it. It's all good. But if I had to change something, if I had the choice, and God was just like, it's okay. I understand you're grateful. It's okay. Let's do a hypothetical there. Yeah, I probably would have taken care of my mental health. Probably would have loved myself more. It's one of those type of things. We have to ask ourselves this: what are the things that you want? What are the things that you need? And what are you rejecting? Because something, and then we have to be relationships. That was just a scenario. It could be a job. It could be like something that's just like, yeah, I don't want to do this. I want to do this. And it's not the right job for you, even though it may look super appealing. Not every deal is a good deal. And you're sitting there taking stuff because it looks flashy. But then when you end up getting there, the deal falls out. Or, whatever happens. Not every deal is a good deal. Not every blessing is from God. There's certain blessings that, I wouldn't say certain blessings, certain things that disguise as blessings that the devil gives. Because when you're close to breakthrough, when you're close to promises, the devil knows this. And the devil is just like, yo, we can't get you this way. So let's try to disguise, right? Let's try to confuse. Let's try to mimic something, right? And then afterwards you find out that this is a fraud. Oh my God. This is the worst, this is not what I thought it was going to be, but it looked like an angel of light. Because that's what the devil does. The devil mimics the angel of light. Let me tell you something, and I've said this before. The devil was the first angel, and he was made with so much love. The most beautiful thing you've ever saw. God put so much care and so much time molded into Satan, into Lucifer. And it was something of, this is my creation, this is something to behold, this is something to bask in it. And all the other angels just like, wow. It's just like, this is the first one. Wow. But because of pride, now I don't know the exact conversation the devil had with God. It was just like, bro, I can't be here. I have to banish you now. But I do know that pride is like a big thing. And, wanting to take over heaven is a big deal. But initially, what was set into the devil was something that was supposed to be the purest of pure light. So yes, it has it within him to mimic these things because he already has the formula within him because God made him to be, it's from his hands. But corruption, something can look shiny, but it ain't gold. And you gotta know. You gotta pray. You have to have discernment. You gotta pray. There's certain people everybody that come in my life. Yeah, you shiny, but you probably, I don't know if you gold or not. I gotta go find God. Is this person gold or not? Please give me confirmation. And once God gives me confirmation, all right, bet. It's no second guessing. Because I've second guessed my whole life. Maybe I shouldn't put me first. Maybe I shouldn't do that. I may come off offensive. Maybe, I shouldn't speak up. Maybe I shouldn't defend myself. Maybe I don't want to stir feathers. Now, shit. It's either two things. God tells me to shut the fuck up, or God tells me to say something. And he tells me to say something exactly how to say it. And when I do say it, it's not me getting the person. God has his ways. I don't have to say a damn thing. God is like, I'm your daddy and I'm going to take care of it. This shit that I don't be like, okay, it's all good. I forgive it, whatever. Right? And God's just like, you, yes, let it go, but I ain't letting this shit go. I got you. And they'd be like, nah, God, chill. You know how many times I'll be like, God, chill, because I know how you be doing. I know you. Chill. And it's almost like a laughing thing. It's like almost like a joke. Like, God is just like, you funny. And you're like, I'm serious because I know how you are. Not you. Please chill. It's just like a joke within the homies, but I know how God works, because I've seen it. I've seen it. I know all his ways. Hell no, because I'm human. I don't know. I don't know shit. But I've seen God. I've seen God move all. I've seen God move companies and shift shit, and it'd be like, what the fuck? What? And God is just like, yeah, within like that, I can do that. And it's just like, chill, God, please let's have mercy, because like we don't know what we do, okay? I don't even know what we do. And God is just like, chill out, homie. Yo, my job is to please God and die. So I keep that pure mindset, keep that purity, pray, and be loving, and to be obedient to when God tells you things. You can't go wrong. There's nothing when you're doing those things, nothing can come against you. And yeah, it's hard because I'm telling you, the devil's full of freaking disguises. It'll make the shit look impossible. And you just be like, oh my God, I don't think I could do this. I'm tired too. And God is just like, keep the faith. Faint not. Keep the faith. What did I tell you? And you just gotta keep going. So it's just like, yeah, so I still got the faith. It's just like, I already know shit's gonna work out my favor. I already know. But dealing with it right now, it's just like, just not the time yet. Fat lady ain't sin yet though. So hey, there's that. So it's one of those type of things. Have discernment. Know what you want, but also know the things that you fucking need.